welcome and sorry we're late to St. John Lutheran Church family and friends.
And good evening, Epiphany Lutheran Church and friends. And Christopher will be, scooting over to the other side. So we'll see him in a little bit for his song. We're here. We're back.
We're sorry we're late. It's been a crazy day. Some of you, if you're St. John people, may have just gotten a phone message from me. That was through a new program we're using called Dial My Calls, so that everybody gets the word that we are not having worship in person this week or next Sunday. And because of the bad weather, we will not have drive-through communion this week. But we plan to have drive-through communion on Sunday the 16th. And I'll share that at the end too for people who get on later, but from 11:30 to 12:15. So I've spent half my day trying to make Dial My Calls work. But I finally got it done, and I've already heard from at least one of you that they got the message. If you're on here and you got the phone call already, will you put a little thumbs up so I know that means you got your message too.
And for Epiphany Lutheran Church and friends, you should have gotten that call either, I think it was yesterday. The same thing with Epiphany is Epiphany also will not be having, because of the uptick in COVID cases, is not going to be having worship for the next 2 Sundays in person. As Pastor Mary will share momentarily with St. John, you will be able to see either one of our services online on Sunday. So we encourage you to go to Facebook Live group, or with us, you can go to our webpage and it'll be streamed there as well.
Oh, we need to figure that out.
So, yeah.
But we will send it to you too.
So
That's a great idea too. I guess that's what we got to work on next.
So anyway, we're back. We're exhausted after today. It's kind of funny that this is a day off, but anyway. So
Yeah, we've been trying to find things out all day, and I've been, like I said, doing the Dial My Call, and I'm glad for the guy named David who works with Dial My Call. He really helped me today when it didn't seem to be working at all.
no relation.
No relation, but good guy.
Yes.
Very thankful for him.
So we're pulling out books on things.
At the last
so
minute.
Last minute. Well, actually, mine's not quite last minute. I haven't looked at the book, but I kind of knew I was going to do it because I received a wonderful book from a wonderful person on Christmas. So weird and unusual trivia. They're given to me by Pastor Mary for Christmas. So I figured it was time to share weird and unusual trivia.
You go right ahead.
Wherever it may be. So anyway, let's look. Some of these are a little longer. So I have no idea what you're going to get when I read this. So just know that. It will be as much of a surprise for me. I guess I'll have to read a few lines ahead in case I need to leave out anything here. So here we go. This one is called Europe Beckons. Well, you know what? This might be all about one person. Here we go. Even more fumbling felons. So how about this? Sometimes people aren't entitled to tech support on their electronics. Perhaps they didn't buy the warranty or register the equipment. Or in the case of Timothy Scott Short, maybe he stole the machine. Shortly after a printer that was used to make driver's license was stolen from the Missouri Department of Revenue in 2007. Short called the printer company's tech support, wondering whether it was possible to buy a new part for it. A voice message and the suspect's phone number led police back to Short, who was charged with the felony of possessing document-making implements and theft. So there you go. Not if you're going to steal machines, don't try to call for the warranty on it. So, and one more for you. So here we go. It all began on Andrew Singh's 2009 wedding day in Preston, Lancashire, England. A coach bus from Manchester was hired to transport 3 loads of wedding guests to the ceremony. On the way there, a car swerved into the bus, causing a small collision. Oddly, the groom decided that this was the perfect opportunity to come away with a bit of cash. He and his family sued the motor coach company, claiming that they had suffered injuries such as bruising and whiplash. But the case had no legs. It was soon discovered that Andrew and his father were not actually passengers on the bus during the accident. The judge threw out the claim and a police investigation was launched. The final straw was a video taken at the wedding reception showing Andrew, his family, and festive wedding guests dancing, clapping, and cheering, and not looking very injured at all. The groom and his parents were convicted of conspiracy to defraud and perjury, and they were sentenced to a year in jail. Wisely, the bride ditched them all.
Good for
Who's
her.
dancing now? So there you go.
Very good.
There we go. And, well, here, let's see. In November 2006, a jail inmate in Austria climbed into a cardboard box and mailed himself to freedom. 2 months later, a prison inmate in neighboring Germany did the same. So there you go. So,
We were just talking about that last week on New Year's Eve, that somebody did that in America and they got busted for it and
yes,
arrested.
they almost did it, yes. But there you go.
Yes.
So what you got?
Well, since it's New Year's week, since New Year's was just a week ago tonight, which is really hard to believe, we were in Illinois where it was colder than it is here,
Much.
and where snow came down, we got to enjoy just a little bit of snow and a tiny bit of ice, but it was much better than the year before. Remember that?
Yes.
All
much,
the ice
much
on the
better.
road, much better.
Much
So,
better.
anyway, since we weren't together last week, I have some New Year's Eve jokes to share with you. Why was 6 afraid of 9 on New Year's Eve? Because 9, 8, 7.
There we go. Yep.
Why do birds fly south for New Year's Eve? Because it's too far to walk. Not to brag, but I already have a date for New Year's Eve. It's December 31st. My New Year's resolution is to stop procrastinating, but I'll wait until tomorrow to start. How many of you can say that? I haven't even written down my New Year's resolutions. The last few years, I've decided just to make 3. 3 that I write down. Now, the year before, I did 2 of the 3, which was that I would make noodles, and I did, and I made them again this year. I don't remember what the second thing was. And the third was to learn to knit or crochet. That didn't happen. I think I may make that one again, as long as we can get over this COVID. Then I know Peggy Thomas has offered to teach me. And if you don't know the name of Peggy Thomas at Epiphany, it is Julie Pate's mother, who
Betty
is a
Thomas,
member.
Right?
Huh?
Betty Thomas. You said Peggy.
No, it's Peggy.
Peggy. It's Peggy. Okay. Sorry, Peggy.
No, I used to call.
Sorry, Peggy.
I had Betty in my head when I met her, but
Ah,
Peggy.
there we go. Yes. Julie Pate's mother. Yep.
Peggy.
Yep.
Yes. So, anyway, if you haven't made resolutions, now's a good time. Just gonna make a few. All right, New Year's. I just got used to this last one. I don't know how many people can really say that. And you may not be too keen on this one already. I promise not to make any bad jokes for the rest of the year. A dad on New Year's Eve. Why do you call always wanting a date for New Year's Eve? For Social Security. Why should you put your new calendar in the freezer? To start off the new year in a cool way.
Yeah. That's what we
What?
need to do.
What does a ghost say on January 1st? Happy Boo Year! Ha ha. What's the problem with jogging on New Year's Eve? The ice falls out of your drinks. That's a cute one. I love when they drop the ball in Times Square. It's a nice reminder of what I did all year. Dropping the ball. It certainly may feel like it this last year, huh?
Yep.
Alright, 2 more. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Abby.
Abby who?
Happy New Year. My New Year's resolution is to be more optimistic by keeping my cup half full. Now, this is not my resolution. This is the joke would go. With either rum, vodka, or whiskey. Well, I don't drink vodka or whiskey. Rarely drink vodka. Never drink whiskey. Hardly ever drink rum. So, all right, last one. What is Corn's favorite holiday? New Year's Day. All right, your turn.
My turn.
Mhm.
Oh, I just came across a section that says, no matter who you are, it's inevitable. Your time on this earth will end. But some people have a way of shuffling off this mortal coil with a bit more ironic poignancy. So it says here that in 1936, a picture of baby George's story was featured in the first issue of Life magazine. Okay?
Okay.
Story died in 2000 at age 63 just after the magazine announced it would be shutting down.
Oh.
So featured in the first one says, Life carried an article about his death after heart failure in its final issue.
Wow.
So both his birth and his death.
In Life magazine.
In Life magazine.
I like
There we
Life
go.
magazine.
Then it says here that in the early 1960s, Ken Hubbs was a Gold Glove second baseman for the Chicago Cubs. The young standout had a lifelong fear of flying, so to overcome it, he decided to take flying lessons. In 1964, shortly after earning his pilot's license, Hubbs was killed when his plane went down during a snowstorm.
Oh my
So
God.
there you go. So for those with fear of flying, that probably didn't help you any.
No,
so,
that didn't.
So, no, no.
I don't have fear of flying though, so
So.
that's not a problem for me.
When he appeared on the Dick Cavett Show in 1971, there are some trivia questions for you, for those of you that remember Dick Cavett. Writer and healthy living advocate Jerome I. Rodale claimed, I've decided to live to be 100, and I never felt better in my life. Moments later, still in his seat on the stage, the 72-year-old Rodale died of a heart attack.
Well, you're just
So
bringing it
that
along.
episode, by the way, it says here, never aired. So
I guess you might as well just include Betty White for her,
yeah.
you know?
Well, I mean, if you think about it with Betty White, 2 weeks before she died, they were going to publish the 100th.
Well, no, they had it
yeah,
already.
they
And
already had it out.
I think they put it out.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah. But she was just 2 weeks shy of 100. Pretty
Yeah.
amazing. Pretty amazing.
So, one more. While defending an accused murderer in 1871, attorney Clement Vallandigham argued that the victim accidentally killed himself as he tried to draw his pistol. Demonstrating his theory for the court, the lawyer fatally shot himself in the process. The jury acquitted his client, and Vallandigham won the case posthumously. So.
Okay, you need to find some others. Although we will mention that
It was death. I told
if you
you it was
didn't hear it,
dying.
Sidney Poitier died today at the age of 94.
Yes.
He was a brilliant actor and a great humanitarian, and he worked for great justice and wonderful causes for people in this world, for black people and for others, and he was an amazing, amazing person. I wish I had met him. You said you had a friend.
I
who
had a
met
friend that wrote up that doctor that had met him in Manhattan. So.
Very cool.
But,
He would be one of those people that would be wonderful to have met, and Betty White too. She would have been amazing too.
I'm trying to find something that's not so.
Yeah.
Anyway. So.
Mhm.
Oh, that's
But
all
here we
good.
go.
I like those.
Oh, here's something about quicksand. Okay, let's see. It says, in the human thirst for drama, quicksand has a reputation as a deadly substance. The facts show something different. Because quicksand is denser than water, it allows for easy floating. If you stumble in the pit, you will sink only up to your chest or shoulders, and if you want to escape, all you need to do is move your legs slowly. This action will create a space through which water will flow, thereby loosening the sand's grip, and you should then be able to float on your back until help arrives. So just remember that. If you start sinking in quicksand, just float. There you go.
Well, you gotta get your legs up to
You
float.
get your legs up.
So you
There.
slowly, you
Yes,
said. Yes.
slowly.
Okay.
And then you can be on your back. So there you
All right.
go.
So that's one that's not about that.
That's right. It's about making sure you
Yes,
don't die.
because we want to live a good 2022, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
even with starting with COVID and all this going around, we are hoping, because it's going through quickly, and we're praying for Janet Kindred from our church who has COVID and is in the hospital but seems to be hanging in there. We just prayed for the best, and that Janet will go home soon.
And I was just thinking about the fact that it used to be that I remember about 9 months ago, I was counting how many people had COVID. It's gotten to the point, folks, we can't do that anymore because there's too many of y'all, including ourselves, that are dealing with COVID. So it's just kind of one of those realities we're doing. But be careful out there. Get vaccinated. Get your booster if you haven't gotten your booster.
And your flu shot, because now
Flu shot.
they're
Yep.
talking about the flu going around. We got to get Sam in,
Yep.
get a flu shot, and Christopher.
Yep.
But you got to be well enough.
To be
They
able
won't
to do
give
it.
it to you if you're
Yep.
sick. So
So make us smile some more, Pastor Mary.
All right. What's a cow's favorite holiday? New Year's Day. I was going to quit all my bad habits for the new year, but then I remembered that nobody likes a quitter. At the beginning of this year, I made a New Year's resolution to lose 10 pounds. Only 15 more to go. That's a good one.
That's good.
What is a New Year's resolution? Something that goes in 1 year and out the other. What's the best New Year's resolution? 1080p. What is that, Sam?
That's
Resolution on a TV
Oh,
or
resolution
camera?
on a printer. On a printer.
And
There we
best resolution would be 8K per panel.
Okay.
And
My New
They
Year's
do sell that.
resolution, excuse me, is to break my New Year's resolutions. That way I succeed at something. What happened to the man who shoplifted a calendar on New Year's Eve? He got 12 months. An iPhone and a firework were arrested on New Year's Eve. One was charged and the other was let off. Funny. What did the little champagne bottle call his father?
Pop.
Pop. Exactly. I can't wait till New Year's Day 2022. Then I can say hindsight is really, oh well, this was for
2021, yeah.
I
Yep.
can't wait till New Year's Day 2021, then I can say hindsight is really 2020. Although, you know, we just got through 2021. 2022 started out a little rough. But I hope
Hopefully we were heading up from here.
that's the prayer. That's the hope. Where can you find comedians on New Year's Eve? Waiting for the finish line.
Oh.
Every New Year's Eve, I look forward to a good show at Times Square, and year after year, they drop the ball. Let's celebrate New Year's Eve by making many poor, P-O-U-R, decisions. We had a toast to the New Year.
We did.
That was it.
We did.
Otherwise, we drank soda and tea and
Yeah,
all that good
I
stuff.
fell asleep before the new year even happened.
It said you weren't even with us.
Oh,
Our
really?
son abandoned us. Our son abandoned
whatever.
us. Yeah.
We were glad to get rid of him for a
That's
few
right.
days, you know. I would lose weight for my New Year's resolution, but I hate losing. What do you call someone named Steven on December 31st? New Year's Steve. Okay, I already gave that one. Let's see. Who gets the most excited about the New Year's Eve countdown? Calendar companies. I'm not buying a 2022 calendar until I see the trailer. Well, we've already bought ours. I gotta get one more. Have to decide what I wanna get. I love calendars. I don't know about the rest of you. Calendar on my phone is fine, but I have to have a written calendar to write things in because I don't know why, but my calendar on my phone seems to drop things off and then I don't remember. And I love calendars on the wall because I look at them and I actually have to know things, know dates. So I enjoy beautiful, interesting calendars. What do New Year's parades have in common with Santa Claus? No one has ever waited to see them. I didn't see the New Year's parade this year. Anybody see it? If you did, I bet it was beautiful in Pasadena, California. Dracula passed out at midnight on New Year's Eve because there was a countdown. I made a New Year's resolution to stop procrastinating, but I'm going to wait until next year's stuff. And that's it for my jokes about New Year's.
All right. Well, hey, tonight we got two very different sort of songs for you here tonight.
Oh, are we already going into the song?
It was 7:23.
7:23. Probably a good time to do it. So, first of all, just know that this is Christopher's choice. You know, we give Christopher the choice of being able to choose songs. So he's going with Pixar theme. He's going with Toy Story 2. Now, this is not this is not the most uplifting song in the world. It's called "When She Loved Me," and it's sung by Jessie. in Toy Story 2 as she recounts the story of her former owner who eventually abandons her at the
As a teenager.
as the teenager, and she grows out of it. So we're going to have Christopher come
It's
down.
beautiful, but it's
It's a
sad.
beautiful
You want
song.
me to do it first? You want me
What's
to get
that?
him first?
Yeah, let's get him first, and then
Now
we'll
you
end
have
on an
uplifting.
then we'll end on an epiphany note. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, so we'll do that. So,
That sounds very good.
but Christopher will enjoy sharing this song with you because he does like to sing it, even if it's not the happiest of tunes. So, but as you've noticed with Christopher, you get kind of interesting and unique songs along the way.
Yes.
So, but
We hope you're all having a good beginning of the new year, although we know, as I did devotions last night, that many people have had COVID during the holidays. Some are still recovering. We're kind of going through it. So we more than understand, and we're praying for everybody that's dealing with COVID right now, even if you're asymptomatic, we're just praying you stay safe and that you get over it soon and that it doesn't spread, because this one's spreading like wildfire. It's crazy.
hi, Christopher. Can you say
Good
hello?
evening.
Can you say hello to everyone?
Hey,
Say hello, everyone.
hello everyone.
Christopher, can you tell everybody what song you're going to sing tonight?
Toy Story 2 When She Lost Me.
And in the song "When She Loves Me," who's singing it?
Sarah McFarlane.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
Bart.
right.
That's right.
And who's it about? Which character is it about?
Woody and Jesse.
It's about Jesse, isn't it? So you ready?
Right.
Okay.
It was just the same.
Oh, I'll go on the soundtrack.
You want the soundtrack version? Okay, hold
You
up.
want the soundtrack version on it?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on
He
just a
knows
minute.
exactly what he wants.
He knows what video he wants.
Alright.
Alright.
Right?
Soundtrack.
Yep.
When somebody loved me, everything was beautiful. Every hour was spent together, bliss within my heart. And when she was sad, I was there to dry her tears. And when she was happy, when she loved me.
Thank you, Christopher.
Yay.
Yay, take a bow. Have Samuel say woo.
Sounds
Woo!
like
There you go. Good job,
Very
Christopher.
good. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
you're welcome. Okay, don't worry.
And now for something completely different. Yesterday, as many of you might know, was actually the day of Epiphany.
Or
Yesterday-
Three Kings Day.
Or Three Kings Day. If you remember when we talked about Christmas, Three Kings Day is actually when a lot of Latin American countries actually celebrate the giving of gifts to one another. And last night, even though we had to do it virtually at Epiphany Lutheran Church, we had our Epiphany service online. And it is a tradition at Epiphany Lutheran Church that we march out with light from the Christ candle and we sing, "We Three Kings of Orient are," as we light our Christmas trees on fire. We had a great bonfire thanks to Bruce Alstrian, even when we weren't there. So,
I was gonna say, even when it was just you and Bruce.
Do one thing real
Pastor
quickly.
Nahali, right?
okay.
So-
What's that?
Even when it was just you,
It
Bruce.
was, yeah.
Pastor Nahali, you did for everybody
Yes,
else,
it
right?
was for Pastor Nahali. Pastor Nahali and myself did this. So just so you know, Sam suggested we do "We Three Kings" because yesterday was Epiphany, and there's a lot of Lutheran churches out there that actually for this Sunday will celebrate it as Epiphany Sunday. For those that actually don't celebrate in Epiphany service,
We're doing baptism of our Lord, but
Yeah. that's always the choice.
I did read the Epiphany lessons last night for devotions and shared from the wonderful Professor Thomas Troger's story about the shepherds.
And so here's your couple of trivia
Wise
questions
people.
for you. Just remember this. How many wise men were there? Answer
We
is...
don't know.
We don't
No,
know.
because there were 3 gifts.
Yeah.
Oh, little man, come on.
And we get to have a visit by
Little man has joined us.
Hey, little man. The other question is where did the wise men find
Come here.
find find Jesus? And the answer is
In a house.
in a house.
It says that.
Not a manger. Jesus could have been as much as 2 years old.
You're
So
right.
with that, even though the song actually does do the 3 kings, it's not 3 kings, but we will ignore the fact that the song gets it wrong and have Sam sing for us.
Because we
can
like the
join
song.
in.
Of course, and we're doing verses 1, 2, and 5. So I
Okay.
figured I would shorten it down a bit since, you know, it's a
Okay.
pretty long song.
Yes.
So.
Okay.
We three kings of Orient are, bearing gifts we traversed afar, field and mountain, morn and mountain, following yonder star. Oh, star of wonder, star of light, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Born a king on Bethlehem's plain, gold I bring to crown him again. King forever, ceasing never, over us all to reign. Oh, star of wonder, star of light, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Glorious now, behold him arise, King
you, Sam.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Yes.
Also, gotta say, we've had a lot of viewers tonight, more than we normally have.
Ah, well, just a reminder to all of you, just as we said at the beginning, and then I'll let Pastor Mary repeat her announcement. Is please remember that that the services will be virtual for Epiphany Lutheran Church on Sunday and on next Sunday. We will live stream the service at 10 o'clock. It'll actually just be myself and Sam recording in there. We've had Don record the music for us all already, so we'll have that all recorded on that. So you can join us for that virtual service at 10 o'clock or whenever you want to watch it after that. So.
And as I said earlier, if you didn't hear it, so out of abundance of caution and also COVID hitting really high in Spalding and around the areas and COVID hitting our family, we are going to have worship online only this Sunday. We'll be on Facebook Live on our page, and it will also be, we'll put it up on YouTube later. It will be at 10 a.m. It'll be broadcast. We'll put it together tomorrow. There will be no drive-through communion this week because of the weather. But the following Sunday, we will have online worship at 10 a.m. Again, only online. But then we will have drive-through communion from 11:30 to 12:15. Our office will be open, but as I said, hopefully you got the voice message that I sent out tonight. But we ask that you don't come by unless you really need to come by for some reason. I'll be working at home until we're all clear here, but you can reach out to me whenever, and if you don't get me, please leave me a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And the COVID task force will meet later next week, and we'll be looking at numbers, and as soon as we have an idea of what we're doing next, we will get word back out to you all as soon as we can. I hope that you did receive the phone call. It's our first time trying this, and again, if you're watching this and you got it, give a thumbs up so I know that you received the phone message tonight. I did get several prayer requests today. As I said earlier, we're praying for Janet Kindred, who is in the hospital with COVID. She talked to Lynn today, and we got word from her daughter that she is doing as good as can be. There's some things with her oxygen, so we just pray for Janet that she will get better and will be able to go home soon. Tina Venus sent a note, asked for prayers for her parents, Jennifer and Bobby Mooneyham. Her mom has had several bad falls, had a fall just, I think, had one a couple weeks ago and one early this morning. They know that she broke at least one bone in her body and was being taken into surgery. And her dad has dementia, so they're worried about how he is handling this too. So if you would please lift her parents up, we would be so grateful, Jennifer and Bobby. And then Russ Ryan shared today that his wife Marilyn, her brother Verlin Curtis, passed away this morning in Jupiter, Florida. He has been in bed for about 3 years now, and just praying for comfort for Marilyn and all of their family at the loss of her brother Verlin today. So we just lift them all up to you. The devotions will be online next Tuesday and Thursday night. There will be no Wednesday worship for the next 2 weeks. And we will be back with Friday Night Fun next week.
Yep.
On Friday. So it's good to be back. We're looking forward. We'll do a better job. I mean, our stories and jokes were okay today, but we'll find some new things. We won't wait till Friday.
Got a whole book of weird and unusual trivia over here. So
yes, so you read some and find the ones you want to share.
And as far as prayers are concerned, as I mentioned at the Epiphany service that was online last night, please hold in prayer Kim Johnson, as she's been dealing with blood clots in her lungs because of the COVID surge and because beds were taken. She could not find a hospital bed anywhere, so she is at home with doctor's instructions on that. But it's just a reminder to all of you, and I know there's so many of you, and I keep hearing about other cases. Both Pastor Mary and I are those of you that have been dealing with COVID. Please, folks, go get vaccinated, get your booster, stay safe out there.
If you haven't got your flu shot, get your flu shot, because the flu is raging right now as well.
Yeah. So
but you have to be well to get them. So.
Yeah.
So anyway, and we know many of you have gotten them and still got this COVID because this variant has just spread like wildfire, and many people have had it mild, but some of you I know have shared that you're exhausted and you're in recovery, so we just pray for everyone dealing with COVID and any family dealing with COVID. We know how difficult this is, and we just pray for the best for everybody. And it was hard to make the decision to go back online even for a few weeks, but we just feel like we have to do this right now, and we hope that you will have the patience to hang in there with all of us as we just try to make it through this time.
Yes.
So, and I've had several nurses already share with me that yes, we need to do this. So I know it's not easy, I know it's tough, but this is what we've got to do right now.
So until next time,
Yes, Lord bless you and keep you.
Lord's make His face shine on you and be gracious to you.
Lord look upon you in favor and give you peace. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Have a great night, everybody, and a great weekend. We'll see you online on Sunday.
Good
Take
night,
care.
everyone.
Good night.